Hey y'all, day 43. I'm actually on a train. I'm heading to New Orleans this tonight, and it's been an interesting day. So all my meals have actually been on this train because they're included with the first class fare. And I think I ate a little too much, but I mean, it was free, so it was. I'm suddenly getting a lot of. It's like deja vu from the cruise, that I was recently on. So let's get right into it. Before I left the house, I did weigh myself, but I also I packed my scale, so I will be weighing myself on this New Orleans trip the way I did on the cruise. So this morning I was pleased to see I'm still at 152 pounds. That's wonderful news. It's it would be better if it was 151, but I'm glad that it's not going up in any way. Not yet, anyway. So this morning, I got a free coffee here on the train, and then I had some breakfast. It was French toast with some sausage links and orange juice. Okay, that doesn't look like it would be that much, but I think that was actually 610 calories, which is kind of too much, but what are you going to do? Then for lunch, I had a Beyond burger, but it was a veggie burger kind of thing. So I feel like that was healthier. Maybe a few or less calories. I'm always looking for that these days. It's always on my mind. I never used to be this, conscientious of making these kinds of decisions before. Um, so I had that burger. Um, they didn't they didn't have any. It was just that and the bun. That's really all there was, and a few kettle chips were there. And then I had a ginger ale and then a butter cake. And I know that butter cake was dangerous, but it was very yummy. I always get the butter cake when I travel on Amtrak. So my lunch I estimate to be about 779 calories. So I've already done too much for the day. But I went to dinner as well. Now, by dinner, I knew I'd already had too much today, so I skipped. It was supposed to be a 3-course, but I skipped the appetizer, and all I had was this pasta primavera, which wasn't that good, but at least I thought it had fewer calories than the other options. And I didn't do any dessert, so all I had was water. They do give you one free adult beverage, so I got a red wine, but I didn't drink it. I like to smell it and pretend and remember what it was like from drinking. But I just, it was there, so I had it. But I drank the water instead. The total for dinner was approximately 336 calories for that pasta, really. And my total overall for today of calories consumed looks to be 1,725. So that's a lot. Um, the train is delayed. I was hoping that I would already be in New Orleans by now, so I could go to the fitness center at the Hilton where I'm staying. But there's no fitness center on this train, so unfortunately I can't exercise tonight. So yeah, it's been an interesting day with just Amtrak food, but I had fun. And tomorrow I won't be getting all my meals for free on a train, so we'll probably see much fewer calories tomorrow. But I'll keep you posted either way. Okay. We are here at the Eliza Jane Hotel, a Hyatt property here in New Orleans. And I'm still on my diet, even though we are on day 44. I haven't given up. I thought it would have been over by the time I was done with my cruise, but that was wishful thinking, and this is real life, and I didn't end it when I was on the cruise. And it didn't end when I went back home to Texas. And it still isn't over now that I am on a whole other trip in New Orleans. But here we are. So I weighed myself this morning, and I was a little dismayed to see I had gone back up to 153 pounds. I had been at 152 a few days ago. But I kind of saw that coming because I ate a lot on the Amtrak yesterday. It was kind of a stressful day. But I think today may show improvements. So let's see about today. Let's talk about today. So I started the day with just a coffee at the Hilton. I started the day at the Hilton, and only later moved here to the Hyatt Eliza Jane. So I started with coffee. I missed breakfast because I only got a few hours of sleep. I didn't even get to the Hilton until 4 a.m. this morning, even though I was supposed to have arrived yesterday. So I got in at 4 a.m. and then I had to check out by noon. So I slept a few hours, and I wanted a breakfast because the Hilton gives you they force you to pay a $25 resort fee, and they say that takes off $10 of a meal. So I wanted it for breakfast, but I got there at 10:59, and it closed at 11, and they wouldn't let me in. So I had to go get lunch. And all that I could afford that the $25 resort fee would cover, and remember, it was $25 resort fee, but it would only cover $10 off of a meal. So the only thing that I could get $10 off of was a Caesar salad. So I don't know, that's kind of healthy, right? I mean, it was drenched in dressing, but at least I was eating something green. I know I don't do enough of that. I'm sure you've seen that on these videos. But so I did have a Caesar salad because it was all I could get for free. And it was free, so that was good news. That and the water. Then I had to check out of the Hilton and then move over here to this hotel. But on the way, I stopped at Starbucks. Now, my realtor forced me, kind of, to write a positive review on Google. Now, this is someone who sold me my house like almost 4 years ago, but whatever. I heard that if I did it, I would get a free Starbucks meal. And so I said a glowing review, and then she sent me this link, and it had like a payment code. And so I went to Starbucks and I used it, and it covered my lunch. So I thought, I knew I was saving it for this trip because I didn't want to spend any money on food in New Orleans. I know that's like blasphemy to even say that, but I don't like spending money. I think you know that by now, especially not on food. So it's just like eating money. Anyway, so I had my meal in the iconic culinary place of New Orleans today at Starbucks. Yes, it's very sad, and I have no shame, and I'm going to admit it, and I did it, so whatever. No, I didn't go to Cafe Du Monde. No, I didn't go to Mother's. I ate at Starbucks. Deal with it, okay? And what makes it even worse is that I ate too much at Starbucks. I forgot to say that the salad was about 156 calories, so my lunch was like 156. But by the time I was checked in here and I sat down and ate the Starbucks in my room in this fabulous suite that I'm in, it was dinner time. So let's talk about my dinner from Starbucks. I got a bunch of items. I did get this green superfood smoothie drink, but I didn't drink that. I saved that in the fridge for tomorrow. But for today, here's what I had. A Starbucks grilled cheese on sourdough sandwich, which had a lot more calories than I thought it would, but all Starbucks things do. Then I had a coffee cake, one of those coffee cakes that they sell. Both of those were warmed up, and they were so, so good. And they were worth the high calories because they tasted delicious. Then I had this cheese trio thing. It was like a protein pack, which, I need protein, especially on this diet. So I had that. So that was my dinner. And also had this like little can of sparkling water, but it had like almost no calories. So my dinner was approximately 1,370 calories. And so that means that the total consumed today was 1,526 calories. That's a lot, but it's less than yesterday. And I have good news. I actually worked out today. Okay. So while I was at the Hilton, I saw that my destination fee or resort fee or whatever they decide to call it included the fitness center, the gym. So I was like, well, that's $25 that I've wasted, because otherwise the room was free, but they forced me to pay that $25 resort fee. So I paid it, but I got my $10 free salad, and then I said, I'm going to have to go to the fitness center. So I went there and exercised on a Strider machine. I did 50 calories only. Okay, first of all, I was really tired from not getting much sleep. And also, I had to check out of my room soon. So I didn't get to enjoy it as long as I wanted to. But 50 calories, every little calorie counts. Every single one that I can burn counts. It matters. I've learned that. Every calorie I've ever had in my life has brought me to the point where I'm at an unhealthy weight. And every calorie that I've burned in my life has kept me from being too unhealthy, So those 50 calories I burned today were good. Then later this evening, I took a walk on Bourbon Street for an hour, and I did a live stream of it on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out, and you can see it really happened. I walked for 1 hour. That burned 200 calories right there, so that was great news, a great experience, and it was also fun. You get to see Bourbon Street, New Orleans. So the total calories burned today was 250. So even though I ate a little too much, I did burn a lot, and I feel overall good about my numbers for today. Let's check the scale tomorrow. Now, I did bring my own scale with me. It's easy when you're on the train. You can bring as much luggage as you want, really. So I brought my own scale, but also this hotel, of course, it's a very nice hotel, the Hyatt Eliza Jane. It has its own scale in the room. So tomorrow, I'm going to try both of those scales, and I'm going to report back on the one that gives me the better results. Who knows? I may actually be at 149 pounds already, but I just didn't know it because my own scale malfunctioned. So we're going to find out tomorrow. But anyway, it's been an interesting day here in the Big Easy. And let's just keep on with this diet. And I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to success. So let's see what tomorrow brings. Hey, y'all. I am in this funny hotel tonight called the Haunted Hotel of New Orleans. It's a lot of fun. One great thing about this place is that they have a communal kitchen, so I was able to scrounge some food in there. I also got free food at the Hyatt Eliza Jane this morning in New Orleans. That was the hotel I was at. I checked out of this morning before coming here. So I got free food there too. So just all free food today. It's been an interesting day for free food. So it started off with me, I went downstairs at the Hyatt. It was free as a globalist. That's the status I have with Hyatt. So, I had a coffee. I had fried potato wedges, fried eggs over easy, very good, some bacon strips, toast with butter and jam, and then I went upstairs and took a bath, and I drank that Starbucks smoothie I had got the day before but hadn't enjoyed yet. So all told, that whole breakfast was 1,157 calories. I knew it was a lot, but I didn't know how much other free food I'd get for the day, so I purposely did a lot for breakfast. When I got here at the hotel, I saw that they had put a Nutter Butter cookie in my room, like a peanut butter cookie. So I ate that as kind of dinner. But don't worry, they also had, I found in the kitchen, they had a cup of Annie's mac and cheese. So that was really my dinner, that and some water, you know. So I guess my dinner was 380 calories. So the total consumed today was 1,537 calories. Not the best, but not the worst either. Calories burned? None. Even though I walked from Eliza Jane to here, I didn't really count that. It's just standard walking. I don't know. It wasn't too far. But the good news is this morning I weighed myself and I was back to 152 pounds. So I had a little scare yesterday when I was at when I weighed myself when I was at 153. I didn't like that. But being at 152 is okay. Hopefully we'll be at 151 very soon. I'll check in with you again tomorrow. Hey y'all, I am here on the Amtrak train. I'm heading back home to Texas. I had a really great trip in New Orleans, and I even lost a little weight in New Orleans. And let me tell you the very, very good news this morning. Would you believe it? 151 pounds. Now, so that's how much I weighed this morning. Now, about 20 days, maybe 25 days ago, on this same journey, I had also seen 151, but I think it had to have been a glitch, or because of that cruise ship, maybe because of the way the flat level was kept moving around a lot because of the ocean. I don't even know what happened, but it must have been a mistake, because I never saw 151 again until this morning. And it was a very flat surface. There were no waves, nothing unusual about it. I was at 151 again, and this time for real. So it was just wonderful. And I can't believe how long it took me to actually make that fantasy a reality, but it's real now. So that means I only have 2 more calories to go to finally reach that healthy level on my BMI chart. It's really happening. It's wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, New Orleans. There was something in the air over there. I don't know what happened, but it worked out. So I'm saying goodbye to New Orleans, but I got the best souvenir I could possibly get from anywhere, is that I got down to 151 pounds. So, yeah. I didn't eat anything else in New Orleans this morning. Early in the morning, I caught the train, the Amtrak, and all my meals today have been free. They're included with my first class fare, my little room I have here. So I had a coffee. It's free. They have it constantly brewing here, just a black coffee. And then they gave me a coffee cake, but when I saw on the back that coffee cake had like 430 calories, I was like, no. A few years ago I'd have been like, oh, okay, and eating the whole thing, but this time I only had half of it. So, yeah, I'm proud of myself for that. So my breakfast today was 215 calories. Then I had a pretty large lunch. Again, it was free. What am I going to do? Um, I had ginger ale, the Seagrams. Well, I had two of them because they offered me a refill. Then I had an Angus burger, a cheeseburger, and it was very, very good. Oh my gosh, it was pretty good. It came with a side of kettle chips, and then of course I also had um, a butter cake. What are you gonna do? It was so good, and I ate the whole thing. Um, they really make it. That's a really delicious little cake. So my lunch today was 1,245 calories. That's a lot. So I looked at those numbers because, the new me actually analyzes things and looks at the numbers and doesn't just eat everything in sight anymore the way I used to. And I said to myself, even though there was a nice 3-course dinner, I was going to limit myself. So you would have been so proud of me. All I had was a mixed green salad with brie and a dinner roll. And I looked on the Amtrak website and it said that mixed green salad with brie was 190 calories. So I had that and a little dinner roll. And the dinner roll, I only ate half of it, and I didn't put any butter on it. So I'm proud of myself. I had plenty of butter cake already. Um, you also get, if you're in first class, you get a free alcoholic beverage. But I don't drink, but I still ordered the red wine so I could, you know, look out the window and appreciate the aromas of the Cabernet Sauvignon, that sort of thing. But, I just drank the water. So my dinner was a much more paltry 235 calories, and so that means that the total consumed today was 1,695 calories. It's kind of pushing it. Hopefully I can hold on to 151 tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to be at 150 tomorrow, but give me a few days and we just might get there. Um, well, mathematically we should get there because I'm working here and I'm doing the best I can. I burned no calories today. I've just been on this train all day, so it's not like they have a fitness center back in the caboose or anything like that. So, I do what I can. In Texas, I'm going to try to. Well, I am technically in Texas by now. I think this is Houston. Yeah, this is Houston. But when I'm back home, I'm going to try to exercise again, and live those things that I've learned on this journey, which is now on its 46th day. Can't believe it's been so long. But like I said, we only have 2 more pounds to go. Hopefully this journey won't be too much longer, and we'll reach that healthy weight very, very soon. So looking forward to tomorrow.